Hello. Hello, everybody. Stevan here, Vanderlei and Nate today.
Okay.
So I hope this finds you well, health, and safe as well. So, as is usual, it's quarter past seven here in Ireland. It's it's time to open the bridge with the USA. So, thank you all for being with us. Thank you, SSI workers. Thank you, Cardiac Radio listeners. Thank you very much for joining our talk today, our program. And today we're gonna talk about who we are. Now we will just give you some ideas what we think, and behind this you need to digest what we're gonna say here and find out and get your own conclusions. So, Nadia, are you okay?
Hello, everyone. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, ladies first. Hey, Vanderlei, how are you?
All good, guys. Sorry for the mess here behind.
Yeah, look Vanderlei face. He's very happy because next week he's gonna be in the sun, in the
Yes.
Malta. So
Yeah,
look, see, he's already there. I can see when I look at his eyes, I can see he's in the beach, enjoy the sun. Huh?
10 days, yep.
Just,
That's why I'm washing all the clothes to bring to
Yeah,
Malta.
just
yeah.
make us
10
jealous.
beautiful days.
All right.
Yes,
Okay, okay. We do have any volunteer for the initial prayer?
I can do it.
Okay. Let me close here because the girls are
The
screaming a lot.
birds.
Okay, so for those who feel comfortable closing their eyes, let's take a deep breath. Let's make ourselves present at this moment. Let's be thankful for what we have, for the health, for the wonderful day that we are having in Ireland, for our friends, for all our occupations that we have. That could be a job, could be a volunteer work, could be minding a pet, any of, as Kardec explains to us, any occupation that helps someone is useful to us. Let's be thankful for these moments that we have and for the opportunity that we have here in talking about Spiritism in Ireland, trying to spread the teachings of Kardec and the gospel of Jesus in this beautiful place, Ireland. Thank God for the opportunity, and so be it.
So,
Okay. So, guys, in order to start our conversation here, uh, let me read a brief message. It's in the book, the small book, Living and Loving, uh, dictated by the spirit Joana de Angelis to the medium Divaldo Franco. The earth is both a school and a hospital for unhealthy souls. Nobody living on earth now is an exemption from this rule. It is useless to seek the company of angels since they are not incarnated on earth now. All people on this planet bear the same characteristics as yourself. They suffer, they have their own limitations, they want to live in peace, and they dream with happiness. So the question after this is, who are we? So, do you agree with this statement from Joana de Angelis, guys? We have our own limitations. We want to live in peace, and we dream with happiness. It is what we are looking for at the end of all these troubles. Like this holy coaster is our life, like full of ups and downs.
I totally agree. Especially the first part that you read when you say that Earth it's a school and a hospital. You know that we all are here on the same boat. We all search for the same thing, and we all here to learning how to get better, or to even how to cure ourselves, to healing ourselves from something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And as she says, in the end of the day, we all want to be happy and have a good time. And we learned that since you are small, that if you are being a good boy, you're gonna get something good in the end. But Spiritism brings to us the sense that heaven could be here right now. So if you want to be happy, don't wait for tomorrow and try to do it for today. Of course, we always have to have hope in better days in the future. But Dona Joana de Angelis always explains to us that we have to try to do our best in the present, the moment that we are living. And for sure, Earth is a school. You know, Emmanuel says that to us quite a lot. That planet Earth is a school for us, this kind of spirits who are still in the progression. As other planets, they are also schools for different spirits, which can
Yeah.
be more evolved than us or less evolved than us. But we are learning in the end of the day.
Yeah, we are learning. Yes, I agree. But we can say like, and most people don't. I would say I think like most people don't agree with that statement. We are learning, and we are victims of our own choices. But instead of looking to the real problem, the root cause of this problem, we prefer to give this responsibility to someone else.
Yep. I mean, think like this: if once the other is guilty, it's for us easier because we have less responsibility to care. So we have less things to care. But Spiritism brings the sense to us that we are responsible. And if you are responsible, any mess that we are in, it's our fault. Of
Yeah,
course, we always say most of the time it's because of this life. Sometimes we care things from previous lives, but it's still from before or from now, it's still our fault. And who wants to be guilt? No one wants to be guilt. That's why it's much easier to say, it's the coronavirus, it's my flatmate, it's my boss, it's my wife, it's my husband, it's the world. It's never us. That's why we keep just pushing, to the others our responsibility. But once until we don't take the responsibility for our life on our own hands, there will be no progression.
yeah. So I can say when we are. This reminds me to question 619 from the Spirit's book, in which the Spirits says every reincarnation we evolve, we comprehend more what is good, no, and what is evil, what is not good. So every reincarnation we acquire something and we learn. So that's the evolution. Okay, but life per se, it's very difficult. It's difficult because our life is like the stock market. In one time is up, in 2 seconds later is down, then is up, then is down. So sometimes it's down, close down, sometimes close open. Some people won a lot of money, some people lose a lot of money in fraction of seconds. But And we need to learn how to deal with that. That's why I'm saying life is difficult. Because so how many times did you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I will have a great day, I'm very good mood, everything's fine, everything's great. But when you open the door of your home, you forget all these feelings you are having before you going out, because you had a traffic and someone blocked you in the traffic, someone cut your way, someone your boss is not in a very good mood. So it's life, but our choices depends on us, not in someone else. No, so I don't know. I just that is just some thoughts. What do you think?
Major.
Yeah, you were talking. That was like a good way to compare our life. For example, is our incarnations. We can use, for example, the school, right? We start on the primary school. Some kids love to go to the school because they have, this desire to learn. They want to see the friends, they want to play, they want to learn new things. They wake up in the morning, they say, Mom, I want to go to school. Even on Sunday in the morning, they wake up and they want to go to school because they want to go to school. And on the other hand, there is kids that they wake up in the morning and when the mom, dad say, let's go to school, they start to cry because they don't
Yeah.
like it. Because for them, it's like, how can I word this? How can I describe the word? It's not heavy, but it's like a nightmare to go to school because they don't feel comfortable there. They feel that pressure. They feel that they to have to fit that thing. They don't want to be there, and they start to be stubborn. They start to, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And when they go, they refuse to learn. They do mess at school. They do like, we do this through the years. And I see the incarnation like that. We came to Earth in our incarnation, and for some spirits to come here to learn, to deal with your troubles, to deal with your, help me with the word, problems. I forgot the word right now. But yes, to deal with your problems, to deal with yourself is very heavy, is very, and then you wake up in the morning every day feeling this heavy thing in yourself. You are in, everything is bad, everything is terrible, your life is terrible, you don't want to do nothing, everything that's happening with you is, is like, why? And then you start to question yourself, why God put me in this world just to suffer, start to be this negative person. And instead of move on and try to solve your problems and see the things for the other perspective, you start to see life as a heavy thing. And
Like
on the other hand,
a burden.
yeah. And the other hand, some spirits came and they came with desire to learn, to evolve, to healing themselves from the past. And then they wake up in the morning and say, okay, I know it's not easy, but I will keep going. And I know that I will get there. And I try, even when it's hard, I will find something to hold myself and to keep going. I think this is, when I see life, I see that there's two ways that you can see it. Or you can choose to see like a heavy and try to fight against the world, in a bad way, or you can see the things a little bit more positive. And I think the spiritists bring this to us, like Wanderlei said. But sometimes, Wanderlei, when we say that is our responsibility to deal, and is the things happen because it's our fault or something like that, sometimes can be very harsh, can be very hard to hear that. And I know people that they don't like spiritism exactly because they feel, the weight of that in their shoulders, and I think they are not ready to deal with that. And this is because they prefer don't see. They say that I prefer don't know because I don't want to take responsibility, like you said, But this, I think, is one good thing that spiritism bring to us. You can see, of course, that is ours found, something that we did that brought us to this stage that we are now. But everything depends how I want to see my life from this point. I want to carry on as a stubborn kid and refuse to deal with my problems. I refuse to deal with the problems and the things that I have to change from now on. Or I can see it as a positive way that now I know that I can change. I know that a lot of things bad happened to me. I did a lot of things wrong till here, but I can change and I can do better than this to get where I want. So who I want to be from now.
Yeah, I think, Wanderlei, I think just summarizing what Nate said is we must have an objective, a purpose for our life. And two things we need to know: what we want and what we don't want. You agree?
I agree. But one thing which Nate said about Spiritism, which I understand her point, is like some people they don't want to go close to Spiritism because Spiritism brings this burden to us. But Emmanuel explains to us very clearly, and the Spirit's book explains also, in the stage of humanity that we are now, we cannot neglect, we cannot just say to everyone that we didn't know or we don't know how to do certain things. The spirits, they have a message very, very clear to us. They don't want us to become angels in one life. They don't want us to be perfect, but they want us to do our best. So yes, we have to know where we want to go, and of course we have to know what we don't want for us. But at the same time, if we have eyes to see, as Jesus said to us in the Bible, we're gonna see that Spiritism, even if it brings this burden on our shoulders, it brings a lot of soft things to us. It makes us understand that God is good, that even if you come in this life with a huge problem, always the spirituality will bring to you a spirit that may help you. Could be incarnated or discarnated. So always is going to try to bring to you also the solution for your issue. If not the solution, how to deal with that problem in the best way possible. How to cross your heavy cross. Because for some problems, there is no solutions, not in this life. That's why Jesus said to us, happiness is not of this world. He's saying to us, try to do your best here. And if there are times that things they might be difficult, understand that here is just any school. And the real, let's say, free lunch that you're going to be having, it's going to be after, once you progress. It doesn't matter if it's one reincarnation or two reincarnations or 100 reincarnations. But we have to have that feeling that we are just passing by. We are just travelers, you know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Uh, I think we need to be happy as we are. We don't need to care what the other people think about us. So we need to be the same inside and outside. So because today we do live our lives according to the way the society wants to impose to us, the rules imposed by the society. Like when we love someone, we try to make that person our princesses or prince the way we want, and we do not accept that person as she or he is. We always want to make that person a small change, and bring it to the way we want, or we have an image. Okay, the ideal person for me, it's this. So we live in a fake happiness. Because we do see a lot of people with money, with beautiful houses, with beautiful, uh, happy marriage. But at the end, when suddenly we see, oh, that person commit suicide.
Hmm.
So it shows us that outside, it's a very well and successful person, but inside, it's a devastated person.
But Stephen, maybe, of course, I understand what you're saying, but we live in a it since Plato and Socrates they used to say that we live in a world of illusions, and the spirit's book says to us that also that the most difficult challenge for a spirit could be richness or poverty. Richness because make gives everything to the spirit, so make the spirit lazy and think that everything is granted. Extremely poverty because it can make the spirit become rebel.
Yeah.
So once we live with all these facilities that we have nowadays in society, as you said, we we start to think that everything is changeable, or we can conquer everything, or we can have everything that we wanted. But if you go to the basics, we cannot change everything. We cannot have everything that we wanted. As you said, I could be extremely rich, but I go to bed and I feel that there is a deep hole inside of my soul. I could have a model beside me, but I still thinking that she has to change, in something. I can have the most beautiful house on the planet, and I still not happy. This dissatisfaction, the spirit explains to us that dissatisfaction is in the spirit, because the spirit cannot appreciate small things. So once we learn how to appreciate certain small things, such as the sky that we have around us, the rain that we have in Ireland quite a lot, you know, all the small things that we have, even that that difficult moment, because Givaldo says that he used to thank for all the good things that he had in his life. But one friend of him, an older lady, said that Givaldo, I thank for all bad things which happened to me. And Givaldo said, but why are you thankful for the bad things? Because
Mhm.
they teach me. They make me understand that nothing is stable in life. That everything can change from day to night. Once you understand that life is not 100% happy, that we can have no control of anything in this life, we cannot change the world, we just accept. We have to do our best, but we accept.
Yeah,
And
But
we can accept it, and with a good sense of humor.
yes, of course, but of course you are trying to change. You accept. You try to have fun, everything, but this acceptance which I'm talking about is the acceptance that John Angeli says to us. Is the acceptance that you understand what's going on around, but you always try your best to change. And
Yeah.
if something doesn't change, you are still thankful for what you have. And like it's we come here on Thursday and Tuesday, Sunday sometimes giving speech, and we say about these things. Once comes to our lives, I can say personally, I shake. I get my panic attacks or whatever. What
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that it's easy to say, but it's much harder to live. Spiritism is not to be said; it's to be lived. And
Well,
then I ask here, can you live spiritism? I can't properly. You
no,
know.
we cannot anymore. Well, but this reminds you of what. And by the way, we want to say thank you to all the people in Canada, in Ireland, in US, in Brazil. So thanks so much for being with us today. And this reminds me what you said, Vanderlei. Matthew 7:14, the narrow door.
Yeah.
We always want to go to the easiest way,
Yep.
and we don't choose the narrow door. We always want the wide door. Like as much space you have, better. You know,
Yeah.
You want to pass through that door very comfortably. But when we have this narrow door, you look the door, you look to yourself, you look the door, you look to yourself, so I don't fit there.
Especially after quarantine.
Exactly. You know? After quarantine, it's a problem, you know. But anyway, I just hope this we want to change this, because at the moment when you realize that you don't fit that door, this is a good news. This is a very good point, because you realize who you are, and you realize what you need to do in order to get fit to pass through that door.
Yeah.
But
So
something that I'm thinking, Vanderlei, that you said, that keep in my mind now. You said about this satisfaction of the spirit.
Yep.
Once that we are created simple ignorance from the beginning, as the spirit says, from where we have this insatisfaction, we are not happy with what we have. You know, when we get as a spirit, when this start,
That starts
know?
once we start to reincarnate.
This
Once we
starts
start to
with our
reincarnate,
choice.
yeah, it's our choice. Yeah. So once we start to reincarnate, we start to see our friend beside us, another spirit who incarnated, and instead of going there and get the coconut with his teeth, he went there. He got a sharp, I don't know how you call a shelf. He made a knife, and he was able to cut. And then we start to look at our friend. Oh, he's smart. Then we start to create dissatisfaction. So it's, as you said, it's our choices. You know?
well, this is Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 7, item 23. We are responsible for our torments, for our problems.
Yeah, but
And then what is the white door? Oh, it's not me. It is
Yeah.
God. And especially those who are spiritists, they love to say, I was a very bad person in the past. That's why I'm suffering now. That's a very good quote. Most of spiritists saying this. But sorry, perhaps you are suffering because your wrongdoings the past. Yes, but I believe it's a small fraction of the suffering. And the big portion of the suffering is because who you are today, what the choices you are having now. Are you concur with your responsibilities? Are you happy in order to overcome, in order to say, no, okay, I need to face this problem now, and let's do it step by step. But no, we sometimes when we lose a job, we kill ourselves. And this is getting worse, because we can see children's like 11, 12, 13 years old. They're saying, I'm not happy, I want to kill myself. Hey, come on, they are just at the beginning of the life. And they want to say, I am not happy, I am not that person, I'm not the person who I dream of. So we needed to make sure that the reality, it is different from our dreams, but we are responsible to make that dreams become reality, and not someone else.
or make our reality be our dream.
Or a nightmare.
It depends how you see.
Yeah, like like Daniela saying here, it's easy to say, harder to live, but we are here to learn it. It's our personal challenge every single day to learn how to practice what we talk, listen to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Daniela, can you imagine for us? Because we need to prepare this talk. We need to prepare. We need to schedule. We need to do these things. It's. I'm not saying it's harder to us, but can you imagine how is our responsibility? Because we are saying all these things in this now to the world, because we are broadcasting to the world, and we don't apply to ourselves.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Yeah, see.
like this. Yeah.
So it is difficult. It is scary. It is scary, of course. I'm not saying it's easy. If it's easy, sorry, we should not be here. But it is scary. But at the same time, it's very pleased.
Yeah, but Steven, remember Simon Pedro? He always says to us that there are things in life which they demand a lot of work, but they are not difficult. Because it's easy for us to understand certain things, but they are very demanding of time and energy and everything. So if you take like this, because the Spirit's book says to us, why don't we change? Why don't we stop doing certain things that we keep doing? And the Spirit says to us that if you just put a little effort, really little effort, you can
Little effort.
yeah, little effort. But of course, it's a process. Once you understand that you are immortal spirit, it's a process. And the Spirit's book never said to us that all spirits were created at the same time. It just said to us, simple and ignorant. So sometimes we see a Chico Xavier or anyone who is more evolved than us, and we think that Spirit's much clever than us. He's not much clever. He was created before, and he took better decisions, for sure. But sometimes he's a much older spirit. What I'm trying to say here that in this path of progression, we have to be able to self-forgive ourselves all the time.
Wow. Yeah. Very well said. Yeah.
Because we every day we do things that we don't want to do anymore. I can say for myself, I come here at least twice per week. On this live, I used to go to the Spirit Center at least once per month giving speech. But each day I still do things which I don't want to do it anymore. And then I ask myself, why am I doing? Because it's difficult to break these certain patterns. I'm not trying to put us as a victim, because we are not. But we have to understand it's difficult, but it's doable. What we need to put? Just effort. Effort, self-forgiveness, and time. If we do this, nothing's impossible, according to the spirits anyway, And I honestly believe that.
Are you putting enough effort, Nate?
Hmm?
Nate, are you putting enough effort on your life?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. No, that is well said, and that's make me think. Yes, that is important to us to remember that never ask too much. As you say, don't want to don't do the step bigger than your leg. I think something like that. I don't know the good translation for that, but yes, like let's respect our time, and like I say, let's remember that we are immortal, that we still learning, and we have our time, but be careful because Spiritists is very good in do this. They say, no, but I can't not learn this in this incarnation. I will leave for next one, and then we postpone. So we are specialists in do this. Come on, who never say that? It's very hard for me in this incarnation. I will leave for the next one. Yeah, and we do this a lot. So we have to find a well balance, I think, between that recognize what we can do and recognize what we cannot do yet. But the most important, remember that every day we have to try our best. Like you said, today, of course, I did many things, or think even things that I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to get wrong or to. I want to evolve. I want to be better. But in the end of the day, when I do, a review about what I did during the day, I get more positive points or negative points. Probably will be more negative points because I fail a lot. But don't let this make you less, or don't make this let you down. You can fix it tomorrow. You try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Keep trying. Maybe tomorrow, instead of get 20 wrong, you get just 19. And keep going, every day. It's most important to never give up, to always try to be better every day.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yes, it's hard. Not easy. If it was easy, like you said, we won't be here.
Yeah, what you are saying is everything we try to put under the mat, someday, somehow, will go out.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Steven, can I just make a point from what Ned said? It's like she said, sometimes we spiritists, we are masters in doing this. I'm gonna put for the next incarnation. I completely agree with Ned, because we are, what's the word? We postpone things most of the time, in reincarnation, this life doesn't matter. But it's like André Luiz explains to us in the domains of mediumship, that once we go back to the spiritual world, our mentors, they're gonna see our perispirits. If they see that our actions in our perispirit, it is marked that in our actions we did our best, they're gonna say, okay, in this life, what they had to learn was very difficult. So they weren't expecting for us to improve 100%. But if they realize in our perispirit that we had the good intention and we tried our best, that's enough for us. We passed in the test. Of course, it doesn't mean that we pass all tests. We're going to have to reincarnate again. But again, who is the good spiritist? That one who always try as hard as he can to do his best. That's what André Luiz is trying to say to us. Because we can lie to the world, we can lie here in our lives, but we cannot lie, for ourselves.
No, never. We always know the truth.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. We
Exactly,
always
so-
know the truth. Like Danielle is saying here. Yes, Dave, I have been working at a spirit center in Sao Paulo for 10 years. As we used to say, the challenge is definitely bigger for those who have been working this field. Yeah. As much as we know, bigger is our responsibility. And I'm so sorry to tell you guys, because you are listening this, your responsibility is increasing as well. See?
Yeah. Definitely.
See? Yeah, Cassia, watch and pray. Nothing is impossible. No, Cassia, watch and pray. Yeah. How we see the challenge of life. That's the good point we need to.
And important thing to remember as well, that I always say, and I say because I try to do this, is know yourself. Because when you know yourself, you know what are you able to do, or what you can, or you will recognize your defects. You recognize to where you can go, what you can achieve, and you start to respect more yourself and your time without to rush or without to be too crazy, about things. Like I have to change. Yes, I have to change, but first I have to be patient, to learn, to look for the right way to go, And I think that is very important when we know ourselves, that we start to understand more things in life.
Yeah. In other words, to live, we have to have courage.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know what the spirits, friends, I'm saying, what the spirits are envy on us?
Say again?
Why the spirits are so envy on us? They're jealous of us.
What?
Because we incarnated and we have the moment to do and correct things. Because when we are in the spiritual world, we are learning. The life keep going, but we acquired knowledge. And when we are incarnated, we have the big opportunity to give a jump in terms of evolution, because we need to put in practice what we already know. This is question 621 of the Spirit's book. The law of God is already in our conscious. Conscious, or you want to replace the terms conscious by soul, it's already not on us, inside us. And we know at the end what is right, what is wrong, what we need to do, what we should do. Like Vanderlei said, uh, uh, we know what we did at the end. Looks like that movie. I know what you did last summer. No? I'm not giving any spoiler here, but it's almost of days. So everybody was having a perfect life in their particularities, but someone who knew what they did start to make their life made their life miserable. Just saying, I know what you did, and the conscious of them saying, yes, I did something wrong, and they try to get rid of this as much as they can. But when we realize that this guy who keep telling us, I know what you did last summer, it's ourselves, then we need to apply the self-forgiveness, like Vanderlei said at the beginning. We can use here, Vanderlei. I know you are very fan of Paul of Tarsus. We can say, Paul of Tarsus, instead of keep complaining, oh, I'm so sorry what I did to the Christians, oh, I persecute them, I killed them, I did this, I did that. Instead of keep complaining and have a self-pity of himself, he just said to Jesus, what you want me to do?
Yeah. He took responsibility of his actions, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of being afraid, he had courage. But just to make something that you said, Steve, I know you are completely agree with you when you said about the spirits, but just to clarify, Stephen is saying here about the lower spirits like us, who envy us because we're incarnated, but because higher evolved spirits, according to the spirit book, they don't want to come back to Earth, and anytime which they come back to Earth, it's a really hard time for them. And once they come to Earth, they come in a mission to help us to evolve. So
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
yeah. So the spirit which Stephen is saying is lower spirits like us. We want to reincarnate. We want to put in practice, because incarnation is really a blessing for the lower spirit like us to progress. But for evolved spirits, not anymore. You know.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, Paul was the one. He took responsibility for all his actions. He never said in Paul and Stephen, or even in the Bible in the Acts of the Apostles, that he never blamed anyone for his situation. He never said, "Oh, I'm in this situation right now because of the other, because of that one." He always said, "It's because of me. It's because of me." And according to Emmanuel, once Emmanuel was trying to telegraph the book Paul and Stephen, took several hundred years for Paul to allow Emmanuel to come to this idea, because Paul never wanted to show himself as a hero. He always said, keep showing myself as the one who persecuted the Christians, keep showing myself as the one who was suffering. I don't want to be important. But Emmanuel understood that to show Paul's history was quite important, because Paul was very related to us, because Paul suffered, Paul had to fight quite a lot, but the biggest difference between us, Paul and us, that he had courage and he accepted his actions and he took responsibility for his actions. Then the question is, are we taking responsibility for what we do every day?
Wow.
I think most of the
That's a
times,
jab, you know?
No,
Yeah.
we are most of the time. I think we victimize ourselves instead
Yeah.
of take responsibility, like you said, like him. Like I said, he's a very good example because, as you said, like when he took courage and he said, "No, it's my fault," and yeah, you fix that and start to look forward instead of look to the past. When we are in the same situation, what we do? We look to the past. We look to blame someone. We try to excuse ourselves instead of say, "Okay, I have the courage to keep going, and I can do better. I can change this." I think this is the difference between us and him. You know, if you had the courage that he has to say, "Okay, I did wrong, but now I try to do my best, and I will keep moving," and look the goal in front instead of look back, the things will be much easier, and our evolution will be much faster.
Well, and we need to note here, because it's not that moment in the Damascus Gate he had this decision. He went to desert and he spent 3 years in
3
the
years.
desert with himself, like trying to domesticate the demons inside him, like
Yeah.
so he spent 3 years. So it's not like, oh, I want to forget the past and I want to look forward. No, this is a process. Unfortunately, we don't have the desert to go now and be isolated and deal with us. But it's common when we see even Jesus went to the desert.
Yeah.
So this analogy is the desert means you need to get inside of you. You need to know yourself. You need to know what your weaknesses, what your strengths, and how and then once you know this, you need to become with a plan how your strengths will make the weaknesses will transform, will change the weakness in strength. This is what we need to do now. This is the moment when you get to know about the spiritism. It's not because some consider spiritism a religion, some a philosophy, is not the question here. But once you know these principles, you can be Catholic, you can be Protestant, you can be Jewish, you can be any religion, because this is not changing anywhere. So we need to look out inside of us, and when we look inside of us, we have Spiritism book, Gospel according to Spiritism, Quran, the Bible, and everything, and at the same time. And another problem, we can see a lot of people trying to seek happiness in someone. Oh, there is a guru here, there is guru there,
Oh,
there
yeah.
is this guy here, there is this guy there, there is, and nobody mirrors to Jesus. Nobody tried to seek him. Nobody tried to seek his moral values. I'm talking about here the moral values of Jesus.
Not the man. Doesn't matter if who he
Not the
was.
man. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the man.
Yep.
I'm
Just to
talking
clarify.
about
Yeah.
the moral values.
Yep.
So let's apply his moral values to our life. Let's apply these in our day. And sometimes you do things right. Sometimes you're gonna do things wrong. And this is a game. And the name of the game is I am trying.
That's it.
No, so I said too much.
No. But if you take anyone from the ancient time, if you take a lot, not anyone, but if you take a lot of people, if you take in philosophy, you have Socrates, Plato, you have other guys in Asia, you take Buddha, any big names, not like any good big names from the past bring very, very similar morals to very similar values which Jesus brought to us. So it's natural for us as Brazilians, as Europeans, we are here in Europe, to go and aim for Jesus. But if you are from Asia, you have Buddha. If you are someone who doesn't believe in anything regarding to religion, you have philosophers. But once you get the moral aspect of each one of these guys, they're very similar to each other. So that's why Jesus said to us, I'm the way and the light. Everyone who comes to me goes to the Father. He's not saying, if you don't follow me, you are doomed to hell. He's saying to us, if you follow my steps, if you follow my teachings, you're okay. You're going to learn how to live better for you and
You're going to pass through the narrow door.
You're going to pass through the narrow door. Yes, of course. But he's not talking about the man, you have to follow me, I'm Jesus. No, he's saying, just listen to my teachings, because these teachings was brought to us through Jesus and to many other spirits. Because in the gospel according to Spiritism, the spirits explains to us that the good moral values was brought to all humanity in different times and in different locations around earth. So follow that one that you like, choose something that you like, but really be careful. I'm not saying to go and follow men, these guys, as Stephen said, these gurus, which they appear like every 5-10 years, whatever.
I have a recipe for happiness.
Yes, that's it. If anyone says you have the happiness for happiness, I have the recipe for happiness, whoa, step back. As Jesus explains to us, you're gonna know a good tree by the fruits which it gives. So if you want to follow someone who always say nice words, very honeyish words, but his actions are not really corresponding to what he does, to his actions, be aware. Be aware of false prophets. That's also in the gospel. So we have to use our knowledge, and our sense to understand, okay, am I following someone which is just a liar? Or maybe he's not a liar. Maybe he doesn't know that he's a liar. He just thinks he's correct. So once in doubt, go to the good ones. And I believe in Spiritism, at least for us, that Jesus is the one of the good ones. We in Spiritism, we believe he is the highest spirit. But if you don't believe that, that's okay. So go for the good ones that you believe. And follow that not that person. Follow some of these ideas. And if you doubt, step back and ask again. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I believe as well, wonderfully, because as Steph said, we basically, in simple words and very short sentences, we look for the orders to solve our problem and to give the recipe for our happiness. But while we are search for that on the others, or ever you be, we forget that the happiness will be inside ourselves all the time. You have to, like you said, to use the good example, to follow the good spirits who brought to us all this knowledge. Once that we study and we do, and I think we will find the answer inside ourselves instead of look outside. That we're gonna see the true happiness.
Oh yeah, no, that's again what we said here. We need to go to our own desert, and what is our own desert? Know ourselves. And how do you know ourselves? Go inside of us. Okay, so we need to finish to close here because it's time. Any final words, Nate? I think she's freeze on delay.
No, I just think regarding to know ourselves, Stephen, show to the guys the psychologist address that we have, because I honestly believe that therapy is a really good way of getting to know yourself, getting to know a little bit about your limitations, and there is no shame in doing therapy. It's really good. I did for many years, and I honestly believe that it helped me quite a lot, and I still have a lot to improve, but it's good because you challenge yourself and you see things from a different perspective, not with only your own eyes. So I recommend.
And that's part the scholars. I forgot the word.
Psychologist.
Scholars. Thank you. I don't know what's happened. I can't say the word right now. They won't solve our problem. They will help us to find our problem and to find the solution. Not that they will solve the problem for us. That's important as well. So I miss you a little bit, guys, because I think my connection fell, and I just back in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, this is it for today. I think we had a lot work to do. I just want to remind everyone that we do have the lives every Wednesday, every Tuesdays, and every Thursdays at 7:15 p.m. in Ireland. Also, our healing group, they meet virtually every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. in Ireland, Irish time. So be connected with them as well. If you want to put your name in prayers, please send an email to spiritismireland@gmail.com. Also, Nade, our friend here,
Oi!
share
Yes.
her, you know, she she hosts the Spirits book study every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, along with Titania. And so if you want to join this study group, please send an email to spiritismireland@gmail.com, and Nate will reply to you with the link to the study, okay? And Sundays, we have our special talk, our normal talk, which we don't broadcast the studies and the Sunday's speech into the cardiac radio, guys. But if you are listening us and you want to follow us, please go to Spiritism Society of Ireland on YouTube page, like us there, and then you will receive all the alerts and everything you need to be with us. So,
yes, and just a quick, for those who just follow us on Facebook, guys, go there and give us a like and follow us on YouTube as well, because the broadcast there is much better quality, to be true, and is very nice as well. So if you don't have us on YouTube yet, go there, and like us there and follow us there as well.
yeah.
Yes, Mandela.
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, United States. Thank you, Brazil. Thank you, Ireland. Thank you, UK. Thank you, all friends, which I didn't mention here, and you are listeners. Thank you, guys, listeners in your radio while you are driving. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I have to close the bridge, but we need to do the final prayer. So I want to say thank you to everyone for the opportunity you are giving to us to talk about all those teachings, to remind us, to challenge us in order to bring this in simple, try to bring this in simple words, and first of all, make us a better person. But we are here, ready to learn, ready to try. No matter how many times and how we're going to fall. Because we will. We will. But having the certainty that we are not alone. We are on this pathway together. And Master Jesus is with us, supporting us, putting us in his lap, and giving us everything we need to become a better person. So be it. Amen. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you, Neji.
Thank you.
See you. Bye,
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.